Hello people of the web and YouTube, Mdk4 here, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys what Mdk4 is as well as how to install it and use it. Now with that said, before I continue on with the video, I just want to disclaim this. This tool can land you in a lot of trouble, so if you guys don't use the tool properly and or don't know what you're doing with it, I really recommend not using it out in the wild, like I said. So yeah, before I continue on with this video, I also gotta say this. I didn't want to make a video on this tool. Ever since I learned about Mdk4, I've been pushing myself not to make a video on this tool, but since Wi-Fi deauthers as well as beacon spammers became mainstream, I figured I would make a video on this tool now. So with that said, let's get to this. To verify whether you have Mdk4 installed, you can just type in man Mdk4 in a terminal, and the manual for that tool will load up. If the manual doesn't load up to install the tool, it's as simple as copying and pasting the command I got below in the description or on screen right now. All you gotta do is type in apt-get install Mdk4 and the tool will then be installed in your Kali Linux installation. So yeah, once you got the tool installed, I really recommend checking out the manual for it, because if you don't check out the manual and go right into launching a specific kind of attack, you could end up targeting all the access points around you and not the specific one that you plan to, do your attack on. Like I said, this tool is really powerful compared to that of an Arduino deauther or beacon spammer. In fact, this tool comes with a variety of different tools, not just including beacon flood and authentication DOS, as well as deauthentication / dissociation. This comes with at least 5 or so other tools that the Arduino based deauthers and such do not come with. Now with that said, let's take a look at some of these tools before we go and use any of them. First of all, like I said, this comes with the DOS tool. You can actually DOS all APs around you, and this can actually freeze up people and or reset access points. But in most cases, they get fed up with it and unplug their router and plug it back in, causing the router to get reset. So this tool can be really useful if you get locked out in WPS attacks. You can actually launch this and hope that the person resets their router, that way you can perform the attack again. But like I said, this tool will target all access points around you, so you're gonna need to specify a blacklist and a whitelist. So really go and specify a file before you go and launch this attack, or else it will kick everyone off, and that can get you into some legal trouble if you're not allowed to be messing around on other people's networks. But yeah, with that said, let's take a look at a nice innocent-ish kind of tool, Beacon Flood. Now this tool comes on most Arduino-based deauthers. It essentially clones and makes fake access points that no one can connect to. This tool is useful if you want to confuse network sniffers as well as, maybe lock up other people's devices. And yes, I said that right, you can actually crash network adapters and computers. This thing can generate so many access points that your computer can't keep up with it. Now, the way this tool works is you can just type in Mdk4, your interface name, and B, and it will just generate automatic fake access points. But I recommend actually doing the TAC end and typing in an access point name, or TAC F, which is the way I really recommend. I will actually be providing a file for the beacon spam attack down below in the description if you guys want it. It will have about 5,000 fake access point names, and most of them are real, and this one will really confuse any kind of sniffers out there, trust me. So yeah, like I said, this tool is really more advanced compared to the Arduino based deauther spammers out there. It can actually launch up to 5,000 if not more access points. You could probably launch 10,000 per Wi-Fi interface that you got if you have more than one Wi-Fi interface. Anyway, I think this will be one of the last tools here that we look over before we go off and pull off some of these attacks or look at some example scripts. Now this is the deauthentication dissociation attack. Most Arduino based Wi-Fi deauthers come with something very similar to this, except this tool blows those out of the water by miles, trust me. Now when using this tool, you really want to specify a whitelist and a blacklist. If you don't do that, it will kick everyone off their network around you, and this one can land you in hot water. Trust me, this tool is extremely powerful compared to them cheap Arduino based deauthers out there. As you can see, we got a few options here. We can whitelist and we can blacklist. We can even set the rate in packets per second to send, which is nice if you just want to slow somebody down or make them think that their internet's just glitching. Another useful feature of this tool is you can specify access points by channel. So if you want to just dissociate everyone on a channel 1 frequency, you can do that. This is useful for finding, well, Sorry, it took me a minute here to think of the word. It's useful for helping you find hidden SSIDs. Anyway, I don't think I'm going to perform any of these attacks, but I figured I'd show them off as well as how you type them in and use them. As you guys can see, I got some SH scripts here on screen, and if you guys want any of these SH scripts, I will link them down below in the description and or the comments. But as you can see, it simply just types in airmon-ng and it starts my wireless LAN adapter. However, if you got a different wireless network adapter or are going over Ethernet or something, you want to be sure to specify the right interface. In my case, I'm using a USB Wi-Fi adapter, so I specified it as USB Wi-Fi adapter 1. And then once that sets up and launches airmon-ng and starts WLAN 1 in monitor mode, Mdk4 will then launch and look for the interface in monitor mode and perform whatever attack it is that you specify. In this case, this is the DOS attack. And if you can understand this, you can understand pretty much all of the other attacks and or setups needed to launch them. Example, here's a mass deauthentication attack. All we do is we launch airmon-ng and start WLAN 1 if it's not already started, and then it will launch Mdk4, put the interface name in, and then put the attack ID here. In this case, the D for deauthentication, I'm guessing, and then I specified a file to exclude. Since I'm running this attack on my Raspberry Pi, I don't want to kick myself off of my headless setup on my Raspberry Pi, so I specified a access point excluding lists. That way I don't kick myself off, because trust me, if you get yourself kicked off while this is doing a deauthentication attack, it can get you in hot water if you can't get the attack turned off quick. And alright, finally, this is the last one I'm going to be showing. This is the Mdk4 spam. Essentially, this makes fake access points, and you can launch this with more than one adapter too, like I said, which makes it way better than a Wi-Fi Arduino-based deauther. As you guys can see, it's as simple as typing in Mdk4 interface name, B for launching that specific kind of attack, then tac F for file. And as you guys can see, I specified an SSID file, and what this does is it pulls the SSIDs from a 5,000 fake SSID text file that I made. If you guys want this file, I will be listing it down below in the description for sure. Anyway, that's about it for this video, but before I go, I said I'd launch one of these attacks, and I'm going to launch one of the most innocent ones in a second. But before I do so, I want to say I made these in SH script format. That way I can launch them all via a single SH script. As you guys can see, if I find it, as you guys can see, I got this set up so I can launch all these via my phone in one simple button press. All I gotta do is press the specified number and that attack will launch. And like I said, I'm going to be launching one of the more innocent attacks. I'm going to be launching a beacon spam attack, and I'm only going to be doing it for about 10 seconds here, but I may actually go and look at my wireless network and see how many access points it makes in that quick 5 or 10 seconds. So with that said, let's launch this attack now and give it a second to initialize. Now, as you guys can see, the attack is indeed launched, and it is making about 50 SSIDs a second, I like to say, and it's doing it in a realistic manner. It's assigning them to channels yet too, which is really nice. If you were to launch this tool without the SSID text file, it won't do specified channels like that. So if you want to look believable, use the text file like I said. But as you guys can see, if I give this a second, all these fake wireless addresses will start to appear in my network discovery tab here. And if I give that long enough, this can even crash the wireless adapter in my on my computer, so to say. Like it did say, it can actually crash a Wi-Fi adapter with how many SSIDs it can make a second. Anyway, that's long enough. Before I get in trouble and before the neighbors get mad if they happen to notice, I'm going to stop that attack, and I think I'm going to begin wrapping this video up now. Anyway guys, that's it. That's the end of this video. That's Mdk4 in a nutshell. It's a pretty good pen testing tool, and you can probably see why I didn't want to make a video on this. This isn't a tool that's meant to be abused and used. It's not meant to be a prank. It can actually get you in some hot water. But yeah, like I said, that's Mdk4. It's way better than the Arduino-based deauthers and beacon spammers out there, and that's pretty much it for this video. I'm gonna leave this off now. DTPK, signing off. Peace. WPS can take a really long time, but the beauty of the Raspberry Pi is I can run a Wi-Fi. The NAND, we want to attach some wires to the vias on the motherboard, and now you can choose to do this.